I never get offended. Let me correct that actually. Sometimes I get offended, but I know how to not get offended by people's words. My name is Anna, and we're going to talk about offense. So, people usually take offense for one of two reasons. The first, they don't like what they hear. The second, they hear the truth. People don't like to hear things that aren't what they want to hear. A lot of the time, that is the truth. People don't like to hear the truth. People would rather push things under the rug, let that rug build up until it's the size of Mount Everest, and then maybe address it. But most times, people just build another Mount Everest, right? We start a new rug. We start shoving things under a new rug. Maybe you know somebody who gets offended when you breathe, when you make a snide comment. That wasn't even snide, it was just honest, but they took it as like a personal attack, like, oh my, always me, like, oh, you know. I think we all know people who take things a tad too personally. Now, how to not get offended? First, it takes a very large understanding of the human being. Now, you have to grasp this idea that when people say things to you, their actions, their words, their behavior, whatever, you need to understand it has actually nothing to do with you. Literally nothing to do with you. And that goes for everybody. The rude person you met in the parking lot who maybe flipped you off and you were just sitting there. Maybe the person who shoved you in the chip aisle because there was only one bag of Lay's chips left. And then you reached for it, you took it, and then they start cursing you out. All of these things have literally nothing to do with you. Everything that people do and say is shaped by their own experiences. That's it. Oh my God, that's it. Oh my God, that's it. So if somebody says, like, you're ugly, okay, all right, maybe their experience there is that they grew up with a different kind of beauty standard, or they don't even accept themselves or love themselves, so why would they accept you? And maybe, just maybe, they're actually jealous of you and they're projecting onto you, right? They see somebody pretty, but because they themselves are insecure and feel ugly on the inside, honey, let's drag you down. Let's drag you down with me. Oh, let's drag you down. I'm taking you down too, because guess what? Misery loves company. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. This is just so my color. This is such a pretty color on me. Anyways, offense. Yeah, you can't take things personally. OMG. OMG. Oh my gosh. What's the point, too? Taking things personally? It's just hurting you. Like, what? Like, you don't want that. You don't want to feel hurt. You don't want to feel bad about yourself. So what do? You think for a second. Okay. All right. My boss was rude and sassy today to me. Now let's think about that. This is a hypothetical situation, by the way, that I might have experienced in the past. She's rude and sassy to me. Let's think about that, though. Did I do anything wrong to be rude and sassy? Hold on, that shouldn't even be the first thing. The first thing you should think about is she going through menopause? Is she going through menopause? Is she so upset and angry with her life and how her life turned out that she's going to take it out on that poor little Asian girl who works with her? Is she maybe going through menopause? Maybe her home situation isn't phenomenal. Maybe she hasn't gotten any D in a little while, and she's maybe a little bit, maybe she's just not, gung-ho, right? So when somebody's like rude and sassy, whatever, think about what they might be going through before you think, oh, what did I do? No. Think about what has this person probably gone through. Maybe somebody took her parking spot today and she's just angry. Maybe there's no more food in the fridge because her son, greedy little son, took it all. And she didn't even want to be alone in the first place. Maybe she's having regrets. And so today at work, when I made one slight slip up and picked up the phone and took it down wrong, maybe that was her breaking point. All those things building up to that point, and it happened to be taken out on me. You got to think about these things next time. Next time somebody does something that you take personally, stop and think about. You got to use reverse thinking here. Instead of thinking, what did I do? Think about, are they going through menopause? Did that person leave skid marks on the toilet today and now they can't scrub them off? Is that why they're angry? On their way into work today, did they fart and hotbox their own car and then they had to smell it and it was a dense one and it wasn't moving anywhere? It was just staying in the car and like slowly suffocating you. Yeah. You know, why was Jeff so upset? Why did Jeff yell at me today? Maybe because his coworkers promised him a donut, but Jim, his other coworker, got greedy and took 2 donuts so that Jeff, is that the name I used? Didn't have any when he got into work. And then poor Henry got the worst of it. You gotta think big picture. When you take something offensive, you gotta think, what is wrong with that person? Never ever think, what did I do? Think about, what have they gone through? What are you going through that would make you so angry and so mad that you would take it out on me? Because I know I didn't deserve it in the first place. You have to be willing to think about another person's perspective in order to understand these things so that you do not take offense to it, so that you don't take it personally, because it's not worth taking things personally. It's not worth taking them to heart. Think. All right.